Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well today. So, I have something special that I want to do, and so I'm going to be doing something new, and that is something that I'm calling Sacred Keys, which I want to do weekly, so we'll see. But Sacred Keys are spirit led reflections that are designed to help you pause, listen, and notice what God might be gently highlighting in your life, my life, and in the world around you. So each key is either a word, words, or a symbol that I get that invites deeper prayer, discernment, healing, and harmony with the love of God. So these messages are not meant to replace your personal relationship with God, of course, but to support you by offering a moment of reflection. And as you move through the week, offer you more peace and clarity with more intention. And so for this week, the question is what if the world's deepest need right now is not more striving but more of a return to love? So this week's sacred keys are unconditional love, healing and restoration, and the return to Christ. So the main theme for the week is love, healing, and return. So the message itself suggests that the world may be in a season where the deepest need is not more noise or more hardness or more striving, but a return to love. So unconditional love points to innocence, gentleness, tenderness, and the pure heart of Christ. It's a reminder that we're all exhausted by fear and division and divisiveness and performance and pain. And what truly restores people is the love of God. There may be coming a movement where harshness loses power and the true nature of Christ, which is love, mercy, restoration, compassion, and purity, become more visible again. And so, healing and restoration suggest that many people are carrying emotional and spiritual, mental, and even relational wounds, and that a healing wave is much needed. Not just surface healing, but deep restoration of the heart. And what has been wounded, scattered, or strained may begin coming into healing. This could apply to you personally or for many people, but also across families and communities and places of faith. The return to Christ is a reminder that Christ is not absent. His light, truth, his presence are all still moving toward humanity. It also suggests a renewed awareness of him and a return of attention to what is holy, true, and life-giving. And at the return of his presence, his truth, his ways, and his light will become more strongly felt. In other words, something may be preparing hearts to recognize Christ, the heart of Christ, in a deeper way. The world is entering or already in a time where hearts are being called back to love, where healing becomes essential, and where the presence of Christ becomes more openly longed for and definitely recognized. So this may be a season where God is preparing people through that love and healing for a deeper recognition of Christ. And what is coming may not just be dramatic revelation, but more of a sacred restoration that helps people like you and I receive him more clearly. And As I think in a practical way about this, I think to myself, what does it mean for you and I to return to love in ordinary life? Because love is not only a feeling we receive from God, it becomes a way we move, speak, the way we pause and choose, the way we create and forgive and protect, just the way that we show up. Many people say they believe in love, they want love, and they follow a God of love. But a deeper question is this: are we intentionally walking in love when life is inconvenient, emotional, uncomfortable, or even just ordinary? What does love look like every day? Love could look like pausing before reacting. It could look like telling the truth without trying to wound a person. It could look like not abandoning yourself just to keep the peace, or choosing compassion without becoming a doormat. Love could look like seeing people beyond their behavior while still honoring wisdom and boundaries. It could also look like letting God soften the places in us that life made hard. We have to understand that love is not weak. It is one of the strongest forms of spiritual maturity. And so returning to love does not mean that we're pretending that everything is fine. It doesn't mean that we are ignoring pain or avoiding boundaries or even letting people mistreat you. Returning to love means allowing God to bring you back to the purest place inside of you, the place where you can still choose compassion, where you can still choose truth and wisdom, and peace and mercy without losing yourself completely. And unconditional love is letting God's love become the atmosphere that we all live from. Healing for love is noticing where we stop moving in love because pain taught us to protect ourselves. Return to love is choosing moment by moment to come back to love in our thoughts, in the words we say, the decisions we make, and even in our relationships. So this week, I want you to think about this. Love may require you to speak gently or do some self-care. Love may require you to apologize or maybe even tell the truth. Love may require you to stand up for yourself and stop carrying what is not yours. Love may say, forgive and do not return to the same pattern. Love may require you to create, show up, and stop hiding. But no matter what, it will require of you. And so the scripture I have of reflection for this week is 1 Peter 2:24-25. By his love we are healed, by his wounds we are restored. And when we wander, he gently calls us back to the shepherd of our souls. And then the affirmation that I have is, love calls me home, healing meets me there, God restores me gently, completely, and in perfect peace. So let me know what you think about this week's Sacred Keys by commenting below. How do you reflect on these keys? And don't be surprised where love and healing just sweep you up and call upon you this week. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share with someone that might need this. Thank you. Have a good one.